Pile one, what are you leaving behind? I am so happy for you. This pile is so full of absolute and pure joy. So just at every turn. So what you are leaving behind is trusting belief systems, words, and advice from other people more than from your own soul. So this is incredible because there is some sort of, you have just formed a strong and intense connection with your higher self. Like your crown chakra has been like blown wide open. Your higher self, your own soul is speaking so strongly through you, and you feel the joy of authenticity. You feel how full your heart is when you're fully embodying your soul, and you believe in that so much more now than you believe in the fears and limitations of other people. This is such a beautiful energy. Like, it is making me just want to like yell in excitement and go run and dance around. What an incredible thing. Like, when we listen to other people, we're picking up on just their limiting beliefs, their negative beliefs, and the limits that they put on themselves. And when people give us advice, a lot of times it's very restrictive. Like, you don't want to do that, that's too risky, that's too scary. And people have so much fear that when they give advice, it's full of their fear. Like, if you wanted to go or travel somewhere, people will be like, oh my gosh, no, it's too dangerous. Like, no one can travel by themselves. And that's the energy of, you're just not buying it anymore. You're like, if that's your fear, that's your fear. I don't need to have it. This is just so expansive. Like, you've fallen in love with your own soul, and you're following the desires and the unique call of your authentic self, and you've come alive with the love that's involved in that. Like, when we're living from the truth of our souls, it's such a strong energy, and it's just from a place of love that fear just can't touch it. Like, when people try to hand you fear, you're like, absolutely not. I'm too in love with who I am. I'm too in love with where I'm going to be able to accommodate for your fear. It's incredibly empowering. You're feeling incredibly confident because your thoughts are yours, your feelings are yours, and you're just living in absolute joy and courage. So to get into your cards, this is an incredible spread. Like, the Chariot is, I am powerfully moving in the direction of my highest love. And 10 of Cups means you are taking the Chariot to your happy ending. Like, 10 of Cups is a full, complete happy ending. It's, you have all the emotional support and love that you want, and it's like the rainbow at the end. And you are taking the Chariot straight to your most perfect happy ending, where you're going to be so emotionally fulfilled. Like, 10 of Cups is the ultimate emotional fulfillment. There's no card that brings more emotional fulfillment than 10 of Cups. And that's what you're feeling. So emotionally full that no one else's fear or limits are going to affect you in a negative way. And Princess of Wands means you're just feeling yourself. You're loving it. I always, the tiger on this card is always meaningful for me because Princess of Wands is so powerful. She just goes where she wants to go. She feels like a pull to something because wands are very instinctual energy. Like, they just see something and like a fire sparks up in them and they just follow it blindly. They're like, I want that, so that's where I'm going. And the tiger is power and confidence. Like, a tiger doesn't walk around being scared. A tiger doesn't walk around like a mouse where all these things can eat it. A tiger's like, I'm in my power, I'm loving it, nobody's gonna mess with me. So I'm going exactly where I want to go and doing exactly what I want to do. It's incredible. And you are so connected. Oh, and you have the purple stone, which is very crown chakra. You're so connected to your soul right now, and you're following it, and you're feeling how joyful that path is. So last thing I have for you is just advice for this journey that you're on. Princess of Cups, Knight of Cups, Three of Cups. This is just all this cup energy. It is just love and joy overflowing from you and pouring into your life. When you're full of this much joy, it just has to pour over into your reality and create a reality that is just so full of love and fulfillment. So Prince, like these three cards represent your advice. Your advice is very clearly follow love. Like Princess of Cups is a dreamy, imaginative, intuitive card. So whereas Princess of Wands is your energy, you're going for what you want. Princess of Cups says to hold that dreaminess, to hold that limitlessness, and to fully immerse yourself in your dreams and in your reality and just feel every bit of it. This is reminding me of the advice, like if you want to bring something into your reality, you have to feel what it would be like to have that thing. And I feel like this is something that you're naturally going to do, is just really be open to feeling. Knight of Cups is someone who rushes in to save people with love. Like the Knights are about saving people, and Cups is about love and emotional fulfillment. So I think that this is your soul and your higher self rushing in things to increase the love in your life and the joy of your life and this incredible, beautiful water energy. And they're just saying, be very receptive. Princess of Cups is extremely receptive. And like, be aware of these things when they come in and just accept them and receive them with joy and gratitude. And Three of Cups, it will just keep overflowing for you. Like, this is such a joyful reading. Three of Cups is also a card that I see as your spirit guides, in this case, your higher self, giving you guidance. Because there's like this water up high and the cup pouring down into the other cups. I see that as them pouring like love down into you and advice down into you. And with Knight of Cups right beside it, I feel like they're going to sort of, their higher self is in the mood to just sort of fulfill your wishes. They're like, you did so good. You released fear and limitations. You're following your authentic joy and authentic love. And there's going to be this rush of like blessings from your higher self for you. And they're saying, just feel them, receive them, and enjoy. So that is just such a happy reading. Thank you for letting me do this, because I'm in incredible energy now. That was great. And yeah, trust your connection with your soul more than you trust anything else. So let me know what you thought down below. Please like, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And thank you for being here, and go follow love. Pile 2. What are you leaving behind? This is an empowering pile. I do feel like with pile 1, they were already sort of at the end of the experience where they'd already kind of left it behind. And for you, I think you're in the process of leaving this behind. But what you are leaving behind is the ideal or belief that connection with other people is worth heaviness, negativity, stress, drain, and exhaustion. So you are starting to cut ties with people who are negative forces in your life, and you are embracing love for yourself, confidence, embracing the idea of being perfectly fine on your own without being in a relationship, being comfortable stepping into a space where you're alone, but you feel good about it. Oh, now the sun is sort of disappearing. Sorry about that. Maybe that. Sorry, I didn't know I don't have the best lighting, but this is the energy of like someone who's always sort of depended on someone, who's always been in a relationship and will do really anything to keep the relationship, even if it's negatively impacting them in their life in a huge way. And then they just get to a point where they get sick of it and they're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. And you walk off on your own and you just feel confident in that for the first time. Maybe it's a bit scary, but there's also I meditate and bring some things through before I start the reading or before I pull cards. And there was this random piece of advice that came through that says, go to a restaurant alone. So your guides are encouraging you, because I think this is still a scary thing for you to sort of be on your own. Sounds very intimidating and scary. And they're saying, go to a restaurant by yourself. And you're going to see that it's really not that bad. It's not that hard. And you'll get used to it the more you do it. But this is a pile where you are falling so in love with yourself that people have to match that love you have for you in order to be in your life, because you're no longer accepting negative and draining energy. Like, you got the darkest, heaviest stone that I have. So there's just been such a heaviness to relationships, and I really feel like you have sacrificed a lot more than you should have, and you have been brought down by partners instead of up. And this does feel like relationship, but it could be like family or friends. So any sort of relationship that resonates with you. But to get into your cards, 8 of Swords flew out before I even started or was ready. So you are around people and in relationships that feel like traps. Like, people have had such a negative effect on you that you feel like you can't even move and you can't get to happiness and you can't get to something better. 7 of Cups is illusory success. Like, this is empty cups. The cup cards in this deck are overflowing with water. This is the card where the cups are completely empty, and these flowers that should be spurting out all of this emotional energy, love, support, joy, are completely dried up, and these cups are empty. That's what you have been going through. Total emotional drain, because these people take and take and take, and they don't give you anything. And what you are leaving it behind, though, because I love that you got 6 of Swords, because there's sort of 2 cards in tarot that indicate leaving things behind. 6 of Swords and 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is a card where you're just started turning away from the cups and you have no idea where you're going. 6 of Swords is you're leaving behind what doesn't serve you, but you have more of a direction of where you're going. Like, 6 of Swords is, I leave this shore where there is nothing for me, and I take a boat over the river to the shore that has like a lush forest and plenty of things that can support me and be good for me. You know exactly what you're headed into. Maybe you don't know where you're going to get this emotional energy. Maybe you need to go out by yourself for a little bit before you find it, but you know that you are moving from emotional drain to emotional fulfillment. So I pulled more cards for you than I did for pile 1. These represent your advice. 5 of Cups is, again, some empty cups. The Five of Cups is about where you're looking. There's some cups that have that are full and some cups that are empty, but Four of Swords was clarifying Nine of Cups, and then Five of Cups and King of Cups came out together. I think that you have been desperately trying to tell your partner or your friends how to love you and how to fill up these cups, and you've been telling them, my cup is empty, my cup is empty. If you do this, it's going to fill up my cup. And you're trying to give them like a step-by-step on how to love you and what you need, and they just don't care. They didn't care. Like, I'm so sorry. That is such a painful thing, but you shouldn't have to tell someone that you need them to love you. They should do that. And it's fine to like direct people, like, if you do this, I like it and that. But if the person doesn't respond, like, it's not love, because loving someone, particularly in a relationship, shouldn't take a lot of effort. It should just be something that you want to do and that you naturally do. And you've been stuck in situations where you are trying your hardest to wring love out of people who aren't giving it to you. And these cards came through as advice, because they're saying it's something that you are given or it isn't. Like, you shouldn't have to make and try to force people to love you. It should be overflowing. Like, the King of Cups is emotionally in tune and has all this water that he can pour into you. And that's what you should feel. So pay attention to if someone is just flowing love towards you, or if you're trying to put effort in to pry it out of them. Because if you're trying to pry it out of them, they aren't worth your time. The next cards are, what could this lead you to? Like, if you get comfortable and you cut ties with people that are bad for you, and you, sorry about this light, I'll move this into the light. As Ace of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles, if you cut people off and you are brave enough to step into the empty space where you're going to temporarily be by yourself, you have the capacity to create an entire new foundation for your life that's based off of softness and gentleness, is what these cards are saying. You're going to find something that you love and enjoy, and you're going to fall in love with yourself and life and realize that you can create for yourself. And I just see you living very softly, like soft life. Maybe not fully like cottagecore, but maybe so. Just gentleness. Because I think you're tired. It is exhausting trying to force people to love you. And it's exhausting pouring your energy into people who aren't pouring it back. And what you're going to get, this is also what could come out of it. Five of Cups clarified by Knight of Swords. And then Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is reciprocity. It is someone pouring into you and you pouring into them. It is equal relationship. And Spirit is really saying, like, pay attention. Don't do too much. Do a little bit. And if they don't, give that back to you, that same energy back to you, leave. Don't be around them, because this should be a full-grown adult who knows how to help your life and improve your life. And it's better being alone than with someone who takes away from your life. And with Five of Wands and Knight of Swords, you're gonna be someone who doesn't put up with people's crap anymore. This is you gaining the confidence to fight for yourself, to not be with losers anymore. And with Knight of Swords, you're going to move into a space, may probably already have, where you have a lot of clarity. and you know how you should be treated. And if someone isn't giving that to you, you cut them off. Knight of Swords doesn't mince words. Knight of Swords is very aware. He sees what's going on and cuts you off with his sword as soon as something goes bad. And that's an energy you're moving into. Sureness and certainty and an absolute refusal to involve someone in your life who doesn't deserve to be there. And you'll sort of see these red flags right away. And on the bottom of the deck for that was Six of Wands, which is you being powerful, confident, and victorious. This could even be you inspiring other people. Like, if you do this, I think other people are going to see you and be like, oh my gosh, you're so strong. You did that. You cut off this person that maybe you were with for a long time, or maybe someone just sees you move into a space where you'll be alone for a little bit and sees you fall in love with yourself. And I think it's going to inspire other people. And I think other people are going to be telling you how strong they see you. And that's going to help boost your confidence. And it's going to help, it's going to just help you feel so good and so powerful. And then the last cards that I have for you are what sort of a final culmination. I just wanted more like reassurance for you. Ace of Wands, again, powerful. Ace of Wands is, I know myself, I know my worth, and I don't take anything less. And the second someone tries to give me less, I just burn them out of my life. Like, I am a fire. I feel my soul. Ace of Wands is also a card I see as someone who is so in tune with their soul and with their inner power. And then Two of Swords next to it, Lord of Peace restored. Like, you coming into your strength, your confidence, and your power, and you just denying people left, right, and center who you know are negative for your life and who would drag it down, is what brings you peace. I think you're someone who peace comes a lot more naturally. And like, I don't think you're someone who's very argumentative or confrontational. I think you in the past, this is what you're leaving behind, put up with so many things that you shouldn't have. And when you have the confidence to fight for yourself and to cut people off, that is what brings you a true sense of peace. That is what you've been desiring. You want peace, and you thought that if you just gave in and gave people what they wanted, if you just kind of ignored a couple things that you were aching for, it would bring peace. But it doesn't. That's not true peace. That is, it's just pain masquerading as peace. And when you move into an Ace of Wands energy, when you move into this Knight of Swords and Five of Wands energy, where you're like, I will not neglect myself. I will not ignore my own needs, and I will not put up with you dragging me down. That is what brings you a true sense of peace. It's stepping into a energy that I think is a little bit uncomfortable for you, but once you do, like, you had a few fire energies, like that Five of Wands and this Ace of Wands. When you step into that fiery, powerful, passionate, confident, bold, not taking crap from anyone energy, then you get to, like, it's this sigh of relief, because then you get to peace in a true way. A peace that you don't have to sacrifice anything for. A peace that is true and authentic, because you have only people in your life that elevate you and make you feel good and help you feel better, and they just enhance it and make it better, instead of drain you and drag everything down and make you feel trapped and exhausted. So overall, this is a very powerful pile. What you are leaving behind, I don't even think you can comprehend how much lighter and happier and peaceful you are gonna feel when these loser people get cut off. Like, you're gonna feel, it might be scary, but you're gonna feel so good. And you're gonna have a real peace that you've never felt before. And you're gonna fall in love with yourself. And that's gonna bring in other people who love you because they want to, and because it's their joy to pour love into you. And you don't have to do anything to get it, but just be your happy, wonderful, bright self. So I hope that is empowering. I'm so happy for you. Like, go ahead, go forward. I am excited for your new era. Thank you. Pile 3, what are you leaving behind? This is a pretty joyous pile, so this is a good message to get across, but you are leaving behind the idea that life is hard and painful, and that people aren't meant to live in their joy, or that the world and society somehow hinders that in people. So there is the idea that maybe you have a job that you don't like. That energy is all over this pile. Or maybe you've just left a job that you don't like because you are done neglecting your heart and your dreams. And when you take action, you want your action to now build your life the way that you want it. And you're done feeling stuck and trapped, doing things that don't fulfill you, that even drain you or make you miserable, because you have a dream, you have a dream life, a dream that you want to fulfill, and you want your actions to be building that, not your actions to be fulfilling like some place of work that you don't even like. So your cards are Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. This is the energy that you're moving into, and this is incredible. Like, Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups just made me think that you have come into alignment with your heart and your soul, and you know exactly what you want. And Six of Wands is you being victorious, you feeling strong and fiery, and knowing that you have the capability to bring this about in your life. You are leaving behind neglecting your inner desires, and you are now living in an era where what is going on inside of you, your heart and soul, is what matters the most. Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups is I'm in touch with my soul. Wands and heart, Cups. You are just a living embodiment of authenticity now. And when you take actions, they build the life that you desire and want. And you are so done wasting your life force energy on things that aren't fulfilling you. So the advice for you is also very positive. King of Wands means you standing very boldly and confidently in your power and taking action directly and quickly on what you want, and knowing that you're strong enough and powerful enough to bring it about. Two of Pentacles in this deck I always see as leveling up, going from this level to this level. You're moving up a level. You're improving your life because you're living from a better space and you're taking action from a better space. And the Chariot is fast forward momentum in the exact direction that you want. Chariot's fast moving card, and it's about, triumph of light is what's on the bottom of this card. And it's about when you're in alignment with your soul the way that you are, and you move forward in an authentic direction that fully fulfills your desires in life. It's just so much easier and so much more energizing. And before I pulled these cards, this is kind of funny, but I bring through information before I pulled the cards. And when I went to pick up the tarot deck, an ant was crawling across the thing I'm on. So I thought, why not? Because ants are known for their sort of ability to work and be strong. And I thought, why not bring through a message from the ant? Because it just seemed to fit your pile so clearly. So here is your channeled message from ant consciousness. The ant energy, by the way, is just so like sweet and fun and happy. Like it's just a sweet, happy ant. So here's your message. Work is fun if you are building things that fulfill your heart. Work is not something you should do and be miserable in, so you can hopefully get money to then fulfill yourself. Why not just work with your own hands and energy to build the life that you want? So the ant is saying it doesn't understand why people will do something miserable for 8 hours a day, hopefully to get money to then do what they want, when they could have just spent those 8 hours building what they wanted in the first place. Energy is so precious and humans waste it so easily. It is what life is made of. Why waste it? Why use your energy on things that give you no energy back? I build things and that tires me out, but then I get to enjoy what I've built and that gives me more energy than when I started with. I feel how deeply you desire your dream. Life is for building dreams. You are so strong, clever too, and I know that you can build a life that suits who you are and why you came here. Be strong and work tough. We are all builders who come here to put something unique on this beautiful planet. That is what will make you the happiest. So I thought that was like the most perfect message, and it was just such a sweet, happy energy. I really enjoyed that, so I hope that you liked that part too. And it fits like so perfectly with what we were talking about. And ants are known for working very hard and doing a lot, but this ant was saying just how happy they are to do it because it's what they want to be doing. So I hope that was helpful. This is a positive reading about you moving into your own power. So good luck building your life, and thank you for being here. Let me know what you thought below. Thank you. Pile 4, what are you leaving behind? In the tradition of my pile 4s, you are a highly spiritual group. So this is like the strongest. I don't have this with another pile, but this is like the strongest energy I get through. If you look at my other readings, like who is your main spirit guide, or like what is your power you don't know you have. There's so many other videos where pile 4 has this highly spiritually advanced energy, and this is no exception. So what you are leaving behind is a boring, mundane life, and you are embracing spirituality and connections to other realms. Like, you're done pretending that it's not real. You're done pretending that you aren't already aware of it. And you're sort of leaving behind trying to fit in and be, you know, quote, normal. And you are taking spirituality very seriously. I see you being someone who really studies and really gets into like esoterica and looks at books and just whatever realm of spirituality you're interested in, you dive into it wholeheartedly and take it very seriously. Like, I really think that spirituality could be a strong driving force in your life. So to get into your cards, what are you leaving behind? King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and Five of Pentacles. This pile and your next pile talk both talk about internal struggle. I feel like there's been a battle inside of you between your King of Swords. King of Swords is giving me this like claircognizant energy. There's this star on his third eye, and he's got these beautiful moth wings coming out of his head. And I have connected with moth energy before, and it is the most beautiful, like mystic energy. Moths are like, I am magical, I am mystical, I move from darkness to light, and I explain myself for no one. I just am, and you can take it or leave it. And I see your King of Swords as your spiritual power and spiritual awareness. I think that you are so like in tune that you just can't help but know so much without even trying. But then Queen of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles is right next to it. And Queen of Pentacles is like, in this spread anyway, next to the Five of Pentacles, is like, it doesn't matter what sort of like woo-woo you think you know, we are a physical being and we have to have things paid off, we have to have money, we have to have our security and our foundation. I think there's been this internal battle in you between worrying about money and having to do a job that will secure resources for you, and giving yourself entirely to this spirituality. I think that that internal struggle is what you are sort of leaving behind. So as we keep going, I asked, what is the advice for you? 10 of Cups, 3 of Swords, Knight of Swords. You have Swords energy throughout the deck, so I think you're definitely like claircognizant, very strong third eye and crown, very strong ability to connect with other realms and other beings, strong ability to connect with your higher self. You probably get downloads from spirit of this information that just sort of naturally unfolds for you. And again, you have that struggle. 10 of Cups. I want emotional fulfillment. I want my happy ending. 3 of Swords. But I might not be able to get it through a spiritual means. How can I dedicate myself to spirituality? How can spirituality support me and give me money? And Knight of Swords is, again, this desire to live in your full power of yourself with your sword energy. And it's kind of poetic that your spiritual ability is represented by swords, which is like truth and claircognizance and the ability to sort of like pierce the veil and get information from it. And then 3 of Swords is taking your power and turning it into worry and anxiety and pain. You're like, I get all this information, I know I'm so powerful, but what difference does it make? Like, how can I live off of spirituality? And the advice that's coming through is to, what I'm getting is to tell you that you don't need to stress. Like, if you don't have to pretend you're at the last step when you're at the beginning steps or anywhere in the middle, you don't have to know how things are going to unfold. All you need to do is, you know, if you have a job that you need because it's what's supporting you now, we are physical beings, we do need money, you can keep that and then do spirituality around that and things will unfold. You're so in tune and spirit speaks to you, so it's going to tell you what you need to do and how your path should unfold as you go. But you aren't going to get those insights if you're clouding up your mind with worry and with fear, especially for you, because your mind is really where I'm seeing your spiritual power lies. Some people are like heart and they feel things and there's more physicality. I think for you, it is hugely your mind with all this sword energy. So if your mind is stressed about money, it's going to cut you off from ways to get money through spirituality. So this is saying, ease your mind. You don't have to be at the end. You can just let the path unfold. So I brought through the last pile of cards is what is sort of the final, what could your final culmination be? Where could this lead you? The first card you got is Five of Wands in reverse, which is strife, argument, confrontation. This is your inner battle, and in it reverse means that your inner battle has come to an end, that it's finally over, because you have Emperor, like, which is one of the most powerful cards in the deck. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to create his reality. He understands spirituality. He can do as he needs and as he pleases. And it's represented with Aries. Like, this is the little Aries symbol. And it has the ram head. And again, Aries is the head. Like, I feel like your mind, because Aries can represent claircognizance and downloads. I feel like that is just reiterating all over your pile. But you have the ability to be an absolute powerhouse if you embrace this moon energy. Moon is like, how I'm reading it in this spread is spirituality is going into the darkness, understanding the secrets of the world, and delving into them and taking them seriously and coming to a powerful understanding of them in ways where you can wield spiritual power. Like, Emperor wields power. It isn't just like, you didn't get like High Priestess who just really sits there in wisdom and knows things. You got Emperor, who is, I understand this so deeply and I can use it to build the life around me that I want. And it's really funny that you got Moon, which is representing spiritual power and spiritual wisdom and delving into the secrets of the universe. And then on the bottom of the deck, you got Sun. So I feel like Sun is joy and happiness and just celebrating and dancing with the happiness of life. And I feel like your sun is through the moon. Your joy is by, you will get to joy by going through the darkness, by delving into the depths of yourself, spirituality, like the depths of humanity and human experience and the secrets of the universe. By going down, it's going to bring you to the highest light that you can experience. It's where your happiness lies. And then underneath the sun, we had 9 of Pentacles, which is money and independence and confidence. This is giving me the idea that eventually you will be able to make a living and make money off of your spirituality and your spiritual wisdom and your power. That is a path that is available to you. And if you can't see it now, they're saying it's okay. Just keep going down your path. And when you're ready, it will come. When you're ready for it, it will unfold and unveil itself to you, and you will know what to do when the time is right. But through delving into mysteries, you're going to find your power and you're going to find your happiness, and that can lead you to having abundance. And it's going to put that inner battle within you to rest. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it made sense. Let me know what you think down below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Good luck.